How'd she get a hold of the alcohol? Because she's only 18.
This says she's 22.
You are my daughter. You're just not my biological daughter.
Who is my son?
I am.
You got Todd to believe that Blair slept with you the night before her wedding so that he would turn on her.
Jess, I'm telling you, whoever made this ID almost killed my sister, and they're gonna pay for it. Jen? Jen, can you hear me? All right, that a girl. Wake up.
But it hit me. Where am I?
You're at the hospital.
My head, I feel awful.
Yeah, well, you polished off an entire bottle of vodka. And you passed out in the park.
Guess the liquor store wasn't as particular about IDs as you are.
You took one of my IDs, didn't you? Come on, like, I don't know my own work. I gotta admit, though, it was pretty nice the way you substituted the picture with your own.
I'm pretty smart.
Oh, yeah, you're a real genius. Hey, you're awake. How are you?
Easy, I've got a wicked headache.
Yeah? Well, good.
Love you too.
Jen, what were you thinking?
Can we talk about this some other time?
Where did you get this bottle of alcohol from?
I don't remember.
Okay, you don't? Well, then, how about this ID?
Hello, Adam.
What were you thinking, blindsiding my daughter like this?
I did not tell her that she was my daughter. That was the work of a sociopath named Todd Manning.
How would he know?
Because he stole the information from my office.
Well, perhaps you could have been a little less cavalier with that misinformation.
Misinformation?
Because you've seen what it's done to my daughter.
I see perfectly well what it's done to her.
And I am a Chandler.
Sweetheart, yes, of course you're a Chandler. You're an adopted Chandler.
No, Daddy. No, don't say that. Please take it back. I promise I'll do whatever you want.
Sweetheart, I love you. I always have. I always will. How's Asa?
They're running tests on him.
How are you?
How do you think I am?
Upset.
Very.
I never meant for you to find out this way.
You never meant for me to find out at all.
I never even suspected I was adopted. And then out of the blue, I find out not only am I adopted, but I'm Asa Buchanan's son.
And mine?
The man was responsible for my sister's death. I had just gone after him with a gun. I wanted him dead. It was too much. I didn't want Asa as a father. I still don't. And he sure as hell doesn't want me as a son.
And neither do I. You're just as bad as Max.
Ace has been sent to the cardiac cath lab. He may need a pacemaker.
You look worried.
I am worried, Pop. Asa could die.
I'm sorry, Max, but you lost your right to play concerned son.
Oh, thanks, friend.
Hey, friends tell each other when they mess up, and you, my friend, messed up. This little con of yours could make you face major prison time.
I'll deal with that later. Right now, there are only two things that are important to me. First and foremost is Asa and his recovery. Second, making Todd pay for what he's done to him.
And making Blair pay for what she did to you.
They're both getting what they deserve. I made sure of that.
Don't count on it, Max. Todd finds out this was a setup. He and Blair could still worm their way out of it.
At all.
You got something to say to me?
Not a thing.
Good.
Good? You know, I do have something to say to you. Happy wedding day, Todd. Guess you didn't expect this part, huh?
Expect what part?
You being in jail. You hate being confined.
I'll get by.
How sad is this? It's supposed to be our happiest night of our lives, our wedding night. Are you happy? Are you proud of yourself? Is this what you planned all along?
I thought you only had one thing to say.
Well, you know what? I lied.
What a surprise. Seems to be what you're best at.
Why are you doing this? You know, Todd, you said that our wedding was supposed to be our revenge on Landview. You should have told me that it was going to be your revenge on me.
But the things that you were supposed to tell me.
Like what? Why are we here? Why aren't I Mrs. Todd Manning? Why aren't we supposed to be on our honeymoon? Why am I about to be convicted of attempted murder, huh? Why? What did I do, Todd?
You know damn well what you did.
Blair's got to pay for shooting me.
And what about you? Do you have to pay for what you did to Blair?
She betrayed me, Nora. We were in our vows, you know that? Mm-hmm. You'd have thought I was drunk. I was so happy. Hell, I was blind with happiness. Next thing you know what I find out? I find out that she has set up a computer virus to completely destroy me and everything I've worked for.
You and everything Asa had worked for.
She's been playing me for a fool.
And what did you do, Max? You ran straight to Sky's bed.
Blair pumped a bullet in my back.
I think a jury would find it justifiable. She loved you.
She got over it quick enough. Wham, straight to Todd.
That was after you went wham straight to Sky.
I'm seeing this a little different here. She shot me in the back.
You did the same thing to her, Max. Only instead of using a .45, you used Todd.
Max lied to me. He deceived me again and again. And even after I learned about his despicable impersonation, he lied again, swore to me that he didn't know who my real son was.
But he did.
And so did you. You lied every bit as much as he did.
I never meant to hurt you.
Oh, that's funny. Max used those very same words.
Renee, please.
No. I confided in you. I cried on your shoulder. I told you how much and how desperately I needed my real son. And all that time, you knew. And you knew what Max was doing to me. What would it have taken? 3 little words. It's me, Renee.
I wanted to.
Then why in God's name didn't you?
You know why. Because of Asa Buchanan.
And what about me? What about Renee? You can't... I cared about you. I didn't know you were my son, but I cared about you. I thought you cared about me, too.
I do.
Then why didn't you tell me?
If I meant so much to you, then why'd you give me up in the first place?
So? Where'd you get it, Jen?
Not now, Will. I feel like I'm going to be sick.
You think you're sick now? You know how you're going to feel when Mom and Dad find out about this?
You can't tell them.
Okay, but I won't start talking.
I can't.
Fine.
No, Will, they'll kill me.
Jet, you almost killed yourself. You drank a whole bottle of vodka. And if Sky hadn't found you when she did, you... How stupid are you?
I've never done it before, and I'll never do it again, I promise. Please just don't tell Mom and Dad.
Okay, well, that's up to you. Tell me where you got the ID. Well?
I made it myself.
No, it's too good.
Thanks. I did. I put a real ID into the computer and did a little work in Presto.
Yeah, right. Okay, fine. You're lying.
It doesn't take a brain surgeon.
Fine. I'm calling Mom and Dad.
No!
Look, come on, think about it. You really want to do this?
My parents will kill me.
Why didn't you tell your brother that you got that ID from me?
Because I didn't. I took it and I did the finishing touches.
Even so.
Even so, it's my business. It's not your problem.
You know what you did was pretty stupid.
Thanks, I didn't know. You sell IDs. What do you think the kids use them for?
Well, they go out and they buy a drink or two. They don't drink a whole bottle.
I was having fun.
Fun is hanging out at a bar or hanging out with some friends. You were alone, face down in a freezing cold park. What was that about?
None of your business.
Why the attitude? I was the one who hauled you in here.
Well, thanks. You can go rescue someone else now. You don't have to be worried about me.
No, it's too late. I already do worry about you.
Sweetheart, you're a Chandler in every way that matters.
Not how it feels to me.
I'm sorry I couldn't spare you this night. And I'm sorry I wasn't there when you were in jail. But I'm here now. And I'm telling you that no one is going to hurt you anymore. Not this Manning character. Not Ray Cummings.
Oh,
Nobody.
I would never hurt Sky.
Why are you here anyway?
I just wanted to see if she was all right.
She's fine. She's with her father. You can go now.
No. Years ago, my baby girl was taken from me. I want to know, how did she wind up with you?
That's a family situation.
No.
I'm not going to discuss it with you.
I gave birth to her, Adam. I want to know this. Are you the one that stole her from me? Are you?
I'd like to know that myself. You say you loved me, that I'm a Chandler in every way that counts, that you care about me. Well, if you do, then you're going to explain to me how I got into this mess. If you love me, then you tell me the truth.
Go ahead, Renee. Answer the question. If you cared for me as much as you say, why'd you give me up for adoption?
Because Asa was married and had a family, but more than that, because I wanted you to have a better life than I could give you.
Plenty of women raise kids on their own.
Not then, they didn't. And that's not really the point. I was the madam in a brothel. What kind of life is that for a child? My child. I didn't want to give you up. It killed me to do it. But I had to make a choice.
So did I. Do you think it was easy for me keeping this a secret? I almost lost Vicky because of it.
Then why did you keep it?
Because if I kept it from you and Asa, in some small way, it wasn't real. And I didn't have to deal with being his son.
And what happened to my rights as the woman who gave birth to you?
I knew the choice I was making here, Renee. I knew I would have to live with the consequences, but I made it. Just like you did when you gave me up. Can't you understand that?
I know what I did. That's your answer?
I'm through talking.
No, you're not through talking. You're going to tell me what I did, Todd.
I think you know what you did.
I know that I loved you. I know that I trusted you.
And I trusted you.
That's a lot harder for me.
Yeah. Doesn't look that bad from where I'm standing.
You betrayed me.
How, Todd? What did I do? You know what? You told me that everything was going to be all right. That we were going to win. I didn't know what I was going to do after I fired that gun, but there you were, suddenly, from out of nowhere, my guardian angel. If you wanted me to go to jail, you could have just let me, but you didn't. You took my hand, and you watched, and you cared for me. Why?
I was stupid. I was stupid enough to think that you were actually over Max Holden.
I am over Max. I hate him.
Oh, you hate him. You're so crazy about him, you shot him in the back because you didn't want him to be with anybody else.
What?
And you're right. I should have left you standing there for the police to find.
Yes, you should have. Because at least then I wouldn't have fallen in love with you.
You never fell in love with me. You were just using me to get away with murder.
Why would I have agreed to marry you, Todd?
To buy my silence in the shooting.
Was it my idea for us to get married in the first place? No! I didn't want to fall in love with you. That wasn't part of my plan. Because falling in love with you meant I always get hurt. And you know what I did? I fell in love with you. So are you happy now? Congratulations. You get exactly what you want. I get to go to Statesville. And you, what do you get? You get custody of Star. Is that what you wanted all along, huh?
Make as many speeches as you want. Won't change what I know.
Oh, well, you know what? You try to convince yourself that I didn't love you. But I'm telling you right now, I did.
And the moon is made of green.
Hey, stop! Fine, Todd, just go ahead and make a stupid official statement. Send me to Statesville. What you want anyway?
Why are you worried about me? Why do you even care?
Well, you got drunk using an ID that I made. That makes me responsible.
Well, I took it and I put my picture on it. It had nothing to do with you. It was...
What? It was what?
my head. It feels like it's going to explode.
Jen, when you came into Breakpart, you were upset and you wanted to talk to me. And I know I kind of blew you off, but why don't we talk now?
I don't even remember what the big deal was.
You said it was something about your family.
I really need something for my head.
Where were you before you came to the bar?
Uncle Collins.
Did Colin hurt you? Jen.
Not the way that you think.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't rat out Jen to my parents. I mean, like she said, they'd kill her. No, and besides, I mean, think it. If I hadn't been such a jerk to her at the break bar, she might not have been so determined to find a way to get herself drunk, right?
This is not your fault.
Okay, but if I turn her in now, she's never going to trust me again.
Aren't they going to find out anyway when they get Jen's hospital bills?
Yeah, I should probably pay them, huh?
No, that wasn't what I meant.
Well, doesn't your family get some kind of, like, I don't know, Buchanan discount here or something?
You're very funny. Look, Will, you are a wonderful brother, and someday she's going to realize that.
Jess, she's not as bad as she pretends to be. She's not. Okay? And, you know what? I think she'd be a lot better if she wasn't hanging around Chris so much.
This isn't Christian's fault either.
I know. It's the fault of the person who made this ID.
Sky, I'm going to tell you the whole story. Because God knows you deserve it. I didn't know you were stolen. I didn't even know you were adopted.
Please.
No, your mother and I.
You mean Althea?
Yes. Your mother, Althea, and I. We didn't get along very well. I began taking rather extended business trips to Europe, sometimes lasting several months. I came back from one that had lasted nearly 7 months. I found Althea with a baby girl in her arms. It was you. And why would I have any reason to believe you were anything but my biological child?
Well, maybe I am.
A few years back, a disbarred lawyer came with a shiny suit, came into my office and said he had proof that he'd sold Althea a baby girl. He wanted to extort money from me for his silence.
So you paid him off?
No. I told him selling babies was a felony and threw the bum out.
I don't suppose you asked him who he stole the baby from. You didn't think that maybe there was someone searching for that little girl?
My first thought was to tell you right away. And then I talked about it with my brother, Stuart, and we didn't see what good would come of telling you the truth after all these years had passed. And in any case, either way, you were still my child.
Not yours alone, Adam.
I didn't want to risk you losing your association with Althea completely, and I didn't want you thinking that in any way you were losing me.
So you did nothing?
Sweetheart, you'd gone through some terrible times. You'd quit drinking, and I was very proud of you for that. But I was afraid of Stuart, and I were afraid of what this would do to you. Sweetheart, I did what I thought was best for you.
Liar. You did what was best for you.
Blair shot me in the back.
You drugged her, Mac.
A couple sleeping pills, that's all, just enough to make it look like we were doing it.
So Todd thought that Blair was sleeping with you the night before her wedding, and he turned on her?
Mission accomplished.
Huh. Did you know that Todd knew that you were an Ace's son?
It's a risk I had to take.
Really? Huh. Sounds to me like you wanted to be exposed.
You're a lawyer, not a shrink, Nora. Stick to the law.
And also your friend. Come on. Is that it? Am I right?
No.
You really wanted this whole thing to be finally over with?
No. I love being Ace's son. And Renee's. I never ever wanted it to end.
Well, the money wasn't bad, was it?
It wasn't about money.
Of course not, because you had it all.
Oh, this started when I had a brain aneurysm. I thought I was going to die. I had nothing. I had less than nothing. I was in hock after getting Leslie and Frankie back from the kidnappers. I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to be a Buchanan, and I wanted my children to be Buchanans after I died.
Oh, Max, what was wrong with them being Holtons?
Nothing except I wanted to make sure they were taken care of after I was gone, and I wanted to make sure they had every chance in life. And you know what, being a Buchanan, it's bigger than life. Every door's open to you.
Oh, yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, well, it's a really great feeling, isn't it?
So you were going to risk it. Why would you risk it all just to get back at Blair?
Because I'm a gambler. Because I thought I saw a chance to get revenge on Blair and stay at Buchanan. Because I thought I'd get lucky.
With Todd as your prey, those are slim odds.
Well, then there's the fact that both Todd and Blair knew about this whole thing. And I would have to spend the rest of my life hoping that neither of them would tell. And those weren't particularly good odds either.
So you gambled and you lost.
Maybe. Maybe not.
What do you mean? Do you have another ace up your sleeve?
Why are you doing this to me?
Sure. Change it all around, Blair. I'm the bad guy. And you're the victim.
Oh, excuse me. And I guess you're the victim in all of this?
You know, you talk about how it's difficult to love me. Do you ever think about how it's hard for me to care about you? You have been trying to stab me in the back since the moment we met.
Yeah, and you're out of your mind.
You pretended to care about me so you could get your hands on my money. And that's the only reason you said you would marry me this time, right? I'm just a replacement for the Buchanan gravy train. And the only reason you said yes, Blair, was because you were afraid that I would turn you in if you said no.
Hell, Todd, I said yes and you turned me in anyway.
You're damn right I did.
What is it? I hurt you before you hurt me?
You already hurt me.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back to that final question. What the hell did I do, Todd? Do you know that everybody in this stinking town, they warned me, they told me not to marry you, but I told them all to go to hell. It's Kelly, Kevin, Max.
You don't say his name. Max's name does not come out of your mouth.
I don't love Max, Todd. I love you.
Shut up.
Max had something to do with this, didn't he? Didn't he? You tell me what he did.
Come on, Jennifer, talk to me. Did Colin hurt you?
It doesn't matter.
It does to me.
Thank you for saving my life. But I think I just want to take a nap, okay? You can go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Nurse, I'm looking for my brother, Ben Davidson. I wonder if you've seen him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rappaport, but I haven't.
Okay, thank you.
Don't you want to see your daughter?
My daughter, Jen? What's she doing here?
Well, I assumed you knew since your son is here. She was brought in with alcohol poisoning.
What? Where is she?
In this cubicle here.
Did you know? You knew about this? You didn't call me?
I'm not leaving here until you...
Jen? What happened? Are you all right? Did you have anything to do with
No,
this?
Dad. He's the one that brought me in. You should thank him for saving my life.
Well, why don't you tell me the whole story, young lady, and start at the beginning, all right?
I think I'm going to head back to work.
No, I think you ought to just hang on for a minute, Chris. Alcohol poisoning is very serious. Now, are you sure the Christian's not responsible?
No. I did it all by myself, honest.
Then thank you. Honey. Look at you. How do you feel? Are you all right?
Like I never, ever want to have a drink ever again.
Good. You look awful.
I feel awful. Thanks a lot, Will.
What? I didn't call him.
Then what is he doing here?
You once told me that if you knew that your son was happy where he was, that was enough for you.
And you said that you were sure that he was happy.
And if he wasn't, that he'd come looking for you.
And were you happy growing up with the Davidsons? I mean, he says no prize, you're right, but your adoptive father was the member of the mob.
Yeah, but he loved me. And I loved him.
And your mother?
She was a lot like you. Very warm and generous and good.
Believe me, Beth. I didn't give you up because I didn't love you. If there was some way that I could have kept you and still given you the kind of life that you deserved,
That's the thing about tough choices.
And you loved the Davidsons.
And my brother and sister. And now all I have left is Sam and his family. Everyone else is gone.
It's not easy losing the people you love.
I've lost too many people, Renee. I don't want to lose you, too. You know, you gave me a silver dollar on my wedding day. And I kept it in my pocket near my heart. where I keep you.
And stopped a bullet. Saved your life.
It didn't save my life. You did. You know, up until a few hours ago, we were friends. We were good friends. I mean, is it too late to salvage some kind of relationship out of this?
You never cared about me. You didn't tell me I was adopted to spare me. You didn't tell me because it was easier for you, because telling me would have actually meant that you'd have to speak to me.
I am here, aren't I? I am speaking to you now.
Where were you when I got arrested? And I spent Christmas and New Year's in jail.
I couldn't get away, sweetheart.
Oh, but if it had been Haley or Colby or Junior, it would have been a different story, wouldn't it?
I arranged for a lawyer. I arranged for your bail.
I didn't want a lawyer. I wanted my father. All the guards in the prison couldn't even understand how a rich and powerful man like Adam Chandler could let his daughter sit and rot in prison. Well, you know what? Now we know why. Because I'm not your daughter.
Yes, you are my daughter. You are my daughter. I don't care who gave birth to you. You're my daughter.
You never treated me like your daughter. You were never there for me when I had a problem. You always threw money at me and hoped I'd go away. I was nothing but an embarrassment to you.
Please don't say these things. Not in front of...
Just leave me alone.
Oh. Her mother?
Do you remember when I was little and I knocked that crystal ashtray off the table?
No, Sammy, I'm sorry. I don't...
You know, it got chipped. It was this little nick that was so tiny you couldn't even see it. But you, oh my God, you threw a fit and you just tossed it out. You said, that's damaged goods. I don't keep damaged goods. Well, you know what? That's what I am. Damaged goods. A baby. Stolen for Ray Cummings by your drunken lunatic ex-wife. No, don't touch me. Don't come near me. Leave me alone.
God, your father loves you.
Does he? Well, then I'd love to meet him. You really must introduce us.
I meant Adam, of course.
This man is not my father.
And you're not my mother.
I have no parents. I have nobody. I am nobody.
You are not nobody. You're a Chandler. And that means a great deal in this
Means
world.
nothing. I am nothing.
No, Sky, you mustn't ever say that.
You are something to me, and you're something to Stuart and to Haley.
Haley, we don't even get along.
Listen to me, Sky. We haven't gotten along well either. And I don't pretend that I know you.
And you won't.
You're my daughter.
No, I'm not.
We can't change everything that has happened. When I see you like this, you're in pain. It breaks my heart for you.
Just get out. I want you out of here. Just get out. No. Get out. No, get out, the both of you, before I call security. Get out!
I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go. You're my daughter, and it's going to be all right. We'll just need some time.
No, what I need is to get the two of you out of here now! Go!
We can have a relationship. And even if we did, I don't know what kind of relationship that would be. Do you?
Renee.
No, all I know is that right now, my husband needs me. We both lost a son today.
Does your silence mean yes or no?
Can't tell. I suggest you don't play poker with me.
Is that what we're doing here, Max? We're playing poker? Is that right? Okay, fine. I'm calling. Show me your cards. Or are you bluffing?
I'm sorry, but I can't answer you yet.
Oh, Max, for God's sake, you're facing major prison time here. Do you have a way out of it or not?
It's not important.
Maybe not to you, but how about to your children? They may think otherwise. Remember them, your kids, the reason why you started this whole scam in the first place?
The only thing important right now is that Blair and Todd do not have a way out. It's making sure that they are completely and utterly finished.
I told you nothing happened between Max and me.
Yeah. I heard you the first time.
We were so close to being happy, you know. All those gold balloons. You remember our last wedding, don't you? Yeah, you ruined that one, too, when you had to head off to Ireland to help Marty right after our wedding. And here you go again. This one, too. You had to go and ruin everything for absolutely no reason at all.
Yeah, you can feed this line of bull to really whoever you want. But please, don't you dare pretend that we both don't know exactly what happened.